Welcome back to Tag Happy VR. Thanks for stopping by. If you're older and new around here, I do appreciate those views, those likes, and especially those subscriptions. Now don't forget, until I get 1,000 subscribers, this is nothing more than a glorified hobby. So if you do like my content, please don't forget to subscribe, and while you're at it, comment and like. Today we're here to check out Jurassic World Aftermath, and we're trying to work out whether this VR adventure game should be a part of your collection. Let's jump right on in. Alright, welcome to Jurassic World Aftermath. Let's just kind of jump right on in here. Okay, we're going to go into new game. Now, I look super short right now. What's going on here? Let's just see what's going on. Alright, new game. Alright, part 2. Okay, so there's a part 1 and a part 2. Okay, part 1 is kind of the base game. Part 2 is you kind of buy it as a DLC expansion pack. Okay, now I'm going to jump straight into part 2. And I'm just going to kind of restart that. Okay. I love the menu system in this game. It's super simple. It shows you what you need to see when you need to see it. You don't really get lost. In fact, you don't really get lost through the whole game, to be honest. The way they kind of lead you through everything is... I really like it, okay? I get really frustrated sometimes when I'm trying to play a game. I'm like, what do I do now? It's like the Star Wars Tales of the Quest game. Oh, the name will come to me soon. But sometimes I jump into that game and I'm just like, what am I doing now? Anyway, I'm just going to kind of talk about how you move in this game. So you got your left toggle button, okay, the big one. And if you kind of move it backwards and forwards, you know, you kind of move around. You can move sideways as well, okay. Your right toggle button allows you to turn. Now, being a Quest user, Quest 2, you can just kind of spin around. That's what I prefer anyway. Okay, click your right toggle button to crouch. Damn, and you're going to do that a lot during this particular game, okay. When I first started playing, I was like, I just want to crouch myself, but nah. It's hard work, and you'll see why, and that's really, really helpful. Okay, you can also not only walk, you can sprint. Keeping in mind, though, when you do sprint in the game, it makes noises. Your feet start to clunk on the ground, and dinosaurs can hear you. Big part of this game is stealth. So if I click down on my left toggle and push forward, it kind of runs. Okay? Okay, and you can run out of energy, so you can't just run everywhere. You got to time it, okay? As soon as you run out of energy, you go back to walking speed. Okay, now this is kind of the menu system. You got, subtitles, audios. I'm going to turn some of these down. Hopefully that's going to work for the microphones. English, you got a bunch of different languages. You got a bunch of different languages there. Seated mode, fantastic. They built this game so that if you wanted to play it seated, you can. Not everyone can stand up and play. So I think that's really good. Comfort settings. Okay, now they kind of give you some presets over here. Everything that kind of is the way it is, I like, except for the vignetting. Okay, I like to turn that down. Now, if you're seated and you have to manually turn in the game, that's when things get uncomfortable. It's like a racing car game or airplane game. Or if you are kind of seated and you just have to physically turn as a person in the game, because you stay still and the environment spins around you, that's when things can get a little bit dizzying. Okay, it's not always the case, but when you're playing on the Quest 2, a big thing that helps with motion sickness is the fact that you look around, okay, and I don't need to have the comfort settings, the vignetting for that, okay. Hand preference, left to right hand, turning. There's a lot of different things here. I won't get into details, but you do have a lot of different options. Let's get back out of there. Cool. Let's go on a start. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of jump forward a little bit. So I'm going to see you very, very, very shortly. All right, I'm back. All right, we're booting up into the game now. We'll just have a bit of a monologue at the beginning to kind of build up the whole part 2 sequence.
Determined to make a difference, to change the world. What would they have to do?
Okay, so I've obviously got a character, not obviously. I got someone kind of on a radio helping me kind of guide myself through the park, okay? They're also in the park, and the goal is to eventually meet them and get off the island. The old classic Jurassic Park, okay? And it's kind of, the story slowly building up, the colors slowly coming back. That's a raptor.
You're still with me, right? I found something.
Trying to break in. Now, I'm just walking around the toggles. Once again, you can crouch. Okay, stand up. Cool. Now, I've played this before. So, you got computers that you put your hands on.
And activate fire suppression.
It kind of is just kind of real pressing buttons. As if you are pressing hologram buttons. And the big part of the game is to one, obviously not get eaten by the dinosaurs. Can't shoot them, you don't have guns or anything. So it's all about hiding, and then kind of working your way through the power systems, the locks, security codes, things like that.
Goddamn knew it. Sorry. That console was our only link to Lockwood. Can you look around? See if there's a fuse or anything they didn't destroy?
A fuse, eh? I need a fuse. So, and that's part of the game. So, no, I need a fuse. Where the fuse is at? Crouch to get through here. Stand up. See, you kind of help, and if you look down at your hands, in this case it's my left hand. Who am I facing here? Hey, I'm facing back to the camera. You got find a replacement fuse, okay? And once you've kind of done that objective, the new one rolls up. So if you ever get lost, you look at your hand, and then at the same time, depending on where you are in the game, there's a compass that kind of directs you to where you need to go. But sometimes you get lost in the maze of buildings and doors and rooms, and it's really, really nice to have a compass. Okay, I love that part about the game. Where you just you never feel lost, which is great. All right, so I need to crouch down here.
An EMF reader. That might come in useful.
Cool. Grip button to pick it up. It gets automatically stored.
Anything fitted with an RFID tag.
Okay. Anything fitted with a tag. Okay. Raise and then move your hand to the source. Looking for something. What am I looking for? Here we go. This looks like it.
Excellent. Now see the console, bottom corner?
Boom, we're in. Done. It all feels very natural kind of walking around, to be honest.
Needs us to recover Blue's DNA from storage.
And the cell graphics, when you look at a 2D image, they don't look that cool, but when you're actually in the game, and other cell games that I've played, it looks really, really nice.
Go to the breaker room and hit corporate.
Alright, off to the breaker room. So I'm always being directed as to what I kind of need to be doing next. Cool. Just use my left toggle to walk forward. Looking around. Cool. And this is the part 1. Gets you those 3. Part 3. 1, 2, 3. So you've got 3 more kind of...
Okay. Head to residence and take the courtyard elevator. That'll take you to Wu's office.
Okay, residence and then the elevator. Okay, let's get some speed here. Keep in mind if you run too long, heart rate pops up, you get tired. These help open doors. Now, I'm not going to be giving away too much, of what's going on. See, there's a dinosaur up there. I'm even whispering now. Like, where's the residence? Arrows this way. See the arrow? Reach the corporate suites. Now, alright, it's off. I mean, you just don't know, man. That dinosaur may have come for me. Like, you see, like... Alright, let's get into here. Right, in the elevator. Like, by the time that you're at this level in the game, you see a statue and you think instantly it's a raptor, it's real. Like, you're so far on edge right now. Okay, these little things under here is where you hide from raptors if they do come for you. Okay, keeping in mind they're not all this long. Sometimes you've got to shuffle left and right because they do circle and come back for you. Okay. Okay, now I've turned the volume down. of the audio in the game. Okay, no, you don't want to be doing that. I've only done it purely because I want my voice to come over the sound effects of the game. Now, these types of rooms, if there are raptors running around, you could hear them. You could hear the footsteps, the rustling, the bumping, their nails touching the floor, their snorts. Okay, now I'm just going to... Oh, everything freaks me out, man. Seriously, it's this way. Reach the corporate suite. I heard something. It's in the roof. Oh my gosh. Corporate suite though. Where am I going for that? Okay, you just gotta follow. Oh shit, shit. Oh, it's coming. Whoa! Oh, crap. Hello. Now, they kind of have patterns and rhythms to how they move around the environment. You get used to it, okay? And you gotta hide, okay? They can't get in here. They get bored after a while. You know, and you get to a point where you don't even make a noise in the game because you're freaking out that they're going to hear your voice, but they can't. They can only hear your game character's actions. Okay, so I'm going to slowly open that back up. Now, obviously, if I had the noise turn up in game, I'd get a better direction of where. Oh, shit. Anyway, I think you've seen enough. You get the point. Okay, you have to. Let's just follow this guy. Let's annoy him, eh? And then we'll call it quits, and I'll see you on the outside. Hey, he got me. Sometimes you just want to keep your back turned, so it freaks you out. Anyway, that's kind of a really rough interpretation of what to expect through the game. You get different dinosaurs. Okay, different rooms and places inside and outside that you kind of need to interact with. Small different puzzles. Power goes off. You got to get the power back on. You know, there's a lot of different things you kind of got to do to try and meet up with Maya, to then try and get off the island. Anyway, I'm over this side. Anyway, I'll see you folks on the outside. There we go. That was a Jurassic World Aftermath on the Quest platform. Do you like it? Do you want to get it? Do you have it? Do you have any questions? Maybe me or the community, the VR community, can help. Now, overall, it's a great game. Okay, it's definitely up there with how polished this game is and what's on offer on the Quest platform. And if you're a big fan of adventure style of games, I definitely recommend getting it. If you're on the fence, I definitely recommend getting it. Okay, if you're kind of like, not really a big fan anyway, you know, thanks to try, maybe just wait a little bit longer. Okay, but just know this is a very, very polished game. It's up there with Red Matter. Obviously, if you like those genres, Red Matter's a bit different. It's more of a puzzle game. This is more of an adventure game. Okay. But, you know, these sometimes genres kind of grow on you, okay? So if you kind of feel like you're moving in that direction of an adventure or puzzle style of game, I recommend kind of sweeping back around, picking up, you know, Jurassic World Aftermath and adding that into your collection. Now, I'm not going to give too much away, okay? The basics, the overall arching storyline is absolutely fantastic. There's a beginning, there's a middle. It works, okay? Everything kind of works, okay? I did find that the beginning of the story and what you had to do in those environments, etc., did kind of drag from time to time, but not always. It was really part two. It was a lot more dynamic with rooms and dinosaurs and things like that. Insofar as the VR mechanics, I found it very, very natural, how you move around. At no point did I go, I wish this or that. It kind of just worked. Okay, you got all your comfort settings there, the color blindness settings. You can't play the game seated down, which is absolutely fantastic as well. Not all games can do that. Not all games kind of think of color blindness. So a big shout out to the devs to kind of bring a complete package for your whole audience together here. Okay, the sound design, probably one of my most favorite parts of this game, worked so well. Okay, the way they kind of just built it up in those intense scenes and brought it back, it was very cinematic, and you can definitely tell a lot of thought went into that. A lot of thought went into the whole game. Okay. Now, there is a part 1, there's a part 2. I do not see a part 3 coming out at all. The story kind of wraps up. However, I hope there is a whole new Jurassic game coming out at some point. I did have a small technical issue at one point, and I tried to get in touch with the devs, etc. No one ever got back to me, okay? Bit of a shame and disappointment in that regards. Okay, I had to kind of get the VR community as a whole to help me out. So big shout out to the VR community. Okay, but if you are on the fence and you like, or even if you just like VR adventure games or puzzle games, definitely get this game. I don't think you'd be disappointed. Just know it is scary, okay? It makes your palms sweat, okay? And I do not recommend this for the younger generation, okay? Think about that. If you're a parent and you have a Quest and they're asking for games, etc., this is a scary game, okay? This is pretty scary, okay, man. I was definitely gripping my fingers and breaking a sweat at times, trying to hide and get away from those raptors, okay? Just know that, okay? But overall, I'm glad I got it. I'm glad I completely finished it. It's a super, super fun game. Anyway, I'm Tag Happy VR. Thanks for stopping by. I do appreciate this view, the likes, and especially those subscriptions. Till next time.